But what harm could that do?
We have known now for more than 10 years that men who keep phones in their pocket have lowered sperm count, they have poorer sperm quality.
Young women sometimes wear their phones in their bra.
Correct. This is an MRI that was shared with us by our colleague, Dr. John West, of a 21-year-old. These are tumors in her breast, the hot spot right here, right under where the phone was kept.
But how do you know that could be caused by a cell phone?
We don't know, but what we know is this. It's extraordinarily unusual for a young woman to have one breast cancer, to have 2, 3, or 4, and they all develop as separate tumors under the antenna of the phone. That's beyond coincidence.
A link between breast cancer and phones hasn't been proven. But for Davis, case reports like this are worrisome.
We think this is enough of a concern that we're telling people, please be aware of this.
This is why she argues phones should be tested the way we wear them. So what happens when they are?
So the tests are all done.
Tests are all finished.
And?
The number exceeded the limit. It went up significantly with each one of the phones.
That's right. The phones exceeded the safety limit when they were moved right against the body. The radiation absorbed increased 3 to 4 times.
Does that concern you?
No, primarily because this is a worst case test to where everything is at max power, maximum worst condition.
We shared our results with all 3 manufacturers. LG told us they take the responsibility of producing safe products seriously and test according to the guidelines. Samsung says their phones meet or exceed all regulatory standards. As for Apple, they have no comment and refer us back to that message in our phones. Health Canada, on track or behind the times?
They don't want to investigate this. I think they're looking for any excuse they can find to continue with the status quo.
The former head of Microsoft Canada speaks out. This is your marketplace. This is your marketplace. 7 out of 10 people say they carry their phones in their pocket or against their bodies. But when we tested 3 popular brands, the way you wear them, all went over Canada's limits on radiation exposure.
It's kind of scary.
I don't think I'll carry it the same way I have been.
No, I'm a little bit worried.
He may be worried, but Health Canada says it's not, because their safety limits include a wide safety margin to ensure radiation exposure stays far below the threshold of harm.
They're saying that the testing is so safe that there's no way that we could be at harm.
The system is out of date. It's testing something that's not relevant to how we use phones or to the ways that we know phones can affect our health.
Just keep it 15 millimeters away from your body.
Canadian groups have been urging Health Canada to reassess those safety limits too, since science now shows possible harm below the level that phones are tested for.
We're stuck in this quagmire of believing this science that's decades old.
Frank Clegg's the former president of Microsoft Canada. Now, he heads a group advocating for safer use of technology.
There are dozens and dozens of studies that we've presented to Health Canada that show harm at levels below Canada's guidelines.
He thought they were making headway when a couple of years ago, the government agreed to review the issue. Over 200 studies were submitted by Clegg's group, research on humans and animals, suggesting potential harm, everything from behavior changes to DNA damage and sperm abnormalities, all at radiation levels below what phones are tested for.